It's about a paranormal podcaster who receives 10 mysterious audio files of an alleged real-life haunting. And as she listens to it, the stuff starts happening in her house, and then she can't distinguish which one's reality and which one's nightmare.
Tell me, this is your directorial feature debut. Congratulations. What was the journey bringing that to fruition and, casting these two?
It was a trip, because I had the money to make it myself, and I was going to do it with Graham and an actress and maybe 2 other people, and we were just going to do it in my house. But then Dan Slater, one of our producers, read the script and said, "No, you're not. We're gonna do it right." But I think mine would have been fine. I don't know.
The radio play would have been really good.
Yeah, this is the best it could be. But the Safdie brothers just doing it in your own house with friends. That would have been fun. Maybe I'll do a different
We
version.
did do it in your own house with
Right,
your
true,
friends.
true.
It was like,
And we're friends. We're friends, right? We're friends.
Right,
We're
right,
friends.
yeah. But
Wait.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's no one saying we gotta,
Yeah.
we gotta be done by this day.
Right,
and
right.
By this time. And all.
Did you audition for this, or was it an offer?
it was an offer.
Very cool. Very cool.
Do you have that? No, I did not audition for this. It was offer only.
And she's offer only going forward as well.
But tell me about your dynamic and how you kind of built the, skeptic versus believer friendship without actually being in the same room together. Or were you ever in the same room when you filmed?
Adam was upstairs.
I was in Ian's childhood bedroom.
Yeah.
Well, he actually had a really good idea with like little details of things he does with his friends. And I think that really helped, to be honest, because we didn't have much time we didn't know each other very well. So it was nice to use those to
Little hooks
Yes.
to find our way in. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of it was, in the script or on the page, and then we just kind of played around with adding little
No, but you're
things,
you're,
little ad-libs from real life.
Yeah.
That gave backstory to Evie
characters,
and
yeah.
Justin
So
in
much.
1 second.
Yeah.
I'm a big FaceTimer. I'm a big phone call person. I prefer it to texting. I travel so much that I'm like, what do I say with my inside jokes or little things with friends when I call them and stuff. So just inserted some of that into the
Insert
film.
an inside joke that
Yeah.
immediately established that they go way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, sound is a big part of this movie. Can you tell me about, how do you utilize that to build the suspense and the terror?
I designed a soundscape, so it's 3D sound. I used Dolby Atmos when A24 offered to back an Atmos mix. I was able to go back to my original script, and my original script had more audio direction than camera direction, and I wasn't able to do that. You guys read the cleaned up script. I think the ones that Dan and Cody, it was over 230 pages, and
But you went back to an original version for the sound?
it was a sign. It was such a coincidence. But when A24 gave notes, I was like, "Whoa! These notes are suggesting these scenes that we took out
Whoa.
that I didn't want to take out."
So always trust your gut.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I had to do.
You should
That's all I did.
release that original 200 something page script with the pictures and this sometimes they do that with A24.
A24 has this library with.
Yeah.
Turn it into a
with-
coffee table.
I want to
book.
see that
Coffee
original.
table
Yeah, I
books.
want to see that original thing.
But mine would be a coffee table book, like pictures. too.
Pictures, yeah. You said there were pictures in the original script
Yeah,
too. Yeah,
And the highlighters.
it'd be really good.
And highlights.
Yeah, we'll talk to them.
Yeah, we'll
or
talk.
you guys can talk to A24.
Can you talk to them?
Yeah.
I also loved, the use of all of these urban legends and folk tales going back, and how, today the internet and social media kind of stokes those things. Can you tell me about how that influenced the script as well?
Huge. I just took creepypastas that existed. I just did some changes and some tweaks. So all these things that Evie and Justin are investigating are based on things that are really that's out there, and people on Reddit they're discussing if it's real or not.
Do you all fall down those internet rabbit holes of conspiracies and paranormal unexplained mysteries and stuff like that?
I think the last rabbit hole I went down was probably the first season of Serial. Remember that
Oh.
podcast?
Oh,
that was
yeah,
a
yeah.
big rabbit hole for me.
Yeah. Me too.
For me, it depends. Sometimes usually it's historical rabbit holes, but they're not creepy.
History isn't creepy.
No, but they're more like political. There's just like this feeling that different types of society and rules existed so like not so long ago, and it's interesting to me to imagine that within the context of my life. So anyways, that's nothing to do. That's neither here nor there. So the relationship between Evie and her mother, there's a lot of undertones of Catholic guilt, also parental guilt, which I felt very connected to, being from the Balkans. Like just that feeling that you are responsible for the emotions of your parents. And in this case, she's responsible for the well-being of her mom. So then if she leaves because she's burnt out and she needs to leave in order to replenish and be there for her and take care of herself, taking care of herself then leads to a situation where she leaves her mom alone and then she feels guilty about it. So it's like a cycle of guilt. And I'm really interested in that just because those are the types of situations that you feel you can't get out of. The emotion, you keep coming back to it in like a loop. And I think relationships between you and your mother, like there is nothing more. You were a part of your mother once. There's nothing stronger in terms of like bond and emotion. And so when something happens to your own parent in that way, I think it's just automatically deep, and there are many complex feelings associated with that relationship.
Well, that's pretty much all I have time for, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming out today. It was such a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you.